guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexandria. For those that don't know, this video will be an update on my 13 and 14 week of my twin pregnancy. So a lot happened symptom-wise for weeks 13 and 14. This was really when I started transitioning and to start kind of feeling normal again. So that was pretty exciting. So one of the main things that I realized was I was able to really start eating again. So like for example, the beginning of week 13, it was actually really weird. Like I was able to eat really well on the weekends, but once the like Monday and Tuesday started that week, I still was having a hard time eating. But then honestly, after those 2 days, I felt like I was fine and I was able to eat. I wasn't able to eat, or I didn't want to eat whatever I wanted to eat. I wanted like certain things. So we ate out a lot. I should be ashamed. Like we ate out a lot week 13 and 14. Just because that's what I wanted. And that's what my husband got me. So yeah, we ate out a lot week 13 and 14. But at least I was eating. So I was very happy about that. I also started not sleeping as much. So I went from like napping throughout the whole day to being more active in the day. Well, active meaning like being awake, laying down, and not really like actually doing stuff. So, I mean, that was exciting. Like I wasn't like a lump on a log anymore, and I was actually awake, enjoying the days. So that was pretty fun. Another symptom, I started getting headaches. And that was really hard for me because I do not want to take any medicine. It wasn't like migraine where I felt like I needed to take medicine. However, it was still uncomfortable and it was still a headache. So that was pretty tough. So what I started doing was I started drinking coffee. So I just a little backstory. I stopped drinking coffee probably like 3 months before we even started the IVF process again. Like before I started taking all my medicine and all that stuff, like I had stopped drinking coffee. So I was out of that phase where you get like those caffeine headaches. So I'm pretty sure it's related to the pregnancy. And actually at the beginning of pregnancy, I didn't even want coffee because my doctor, like after my first OB visit, really, my doctor said that I can drink a cup of coffee a day, but I didn't want it. It was nasty. And furthermore, I just hated the smell of it. So now I do drink, I try to drink at least a cup of coffee a day. I have a Keurig, so I brew 8 ounces, but I usually never finish it. I think I've only finished it like maybe a few times. And the coffee doesn't necessarily prevent me from having headaches. However, I have found that it helps a little bit, and I talked to my doctor about it, and she said she can prescribe me something, but with me already taking the medicine I'm taking, the medicine that I have to take, I don't want to take anything else. So yeah, so this is what I'm doing. I feel like it's helping a little bit, so I'm going to keep doing it. So yeah, and I drink a lot of tea as well. But it's decaffeinated tea, so I'm sure, I mean, that doesn't matter. That just drink tea. Yeah, whatever. More symptoms. I still had the consistent pelvic pain, and during week 13 and 14 is when I really started having like the shooting pain in my pelvic bone. It wasn't consistent. However, sometimes like if I'm walking, I would have to stop walking and just kind of let it die down a little bit, because it would like kind of like with every step kind of thing, like I would have those pains. And also week 14 was really when I started having to watch myself, especially at work. Because if I moved around too much at work or did more walking than I needed to, or sat too long, then I would really start having a lot of pain in my lower stomach. So that's something that has been continuous even on into current. So week 13 and 14 was really when like I had to start slowing down at work, because because before I was like uncomfortable, but then now like 13 and 14 is when like I actually really had to like start relaxing, because it was really getting to be too much and it was concerning. So yeah, I just have to watch what I do at work, and slow down, and yeah, like just take care of myself basically. So that was different. And then I also started having back pain. I honestly started, well, sleep became hard for me early on in the pregnancy. So my husband bought me a body pillow very early on in the pregnancy, and that's something that I've been using throughout. But now I need like the pregnancy pillow, my pillow, and his pillows to like be comfortable. So I have like a fortress of like these gigantic pillows around me, and that's just how I have to sleep. And then I've also kind of gotten to where like no matter how much I drink, I am having to use the bathroom a lot. So that definitely started in week 13 and 14. Like I just already knew like that I knew that I was going to have to start going. I knew that I was going to have to pee a lot in the pregnancy. I just didn't think it was going to start this early. So pretty much no matter what time I go to bed, no matter how many times I pee before I go to bed, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And some days it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then for 13 and 14, I was able to go back to sleep. So I was losing sleep because, you know, like once you get comfortable, you're like comfortable. But yeah, no, I have to pee because, I mean, what else can I do? Like, you have to get up and pee. So that was, that's something for sure that started within the week 13 and 14. That was definitely one of the symptoms I had. Because I came off the estrogen, at 10 weeks, it took a little while for that to come completely out of my system because I had been taking it for so long. So within week 13 was when I really started having the hot flashes. Because I don't have ovaries, I don't produce estrogen. So after I had my surgery removing my ovaries, I went through that period where I had hot flashes really bad. And it was just like a transition period basically, because it didn't last, which I was happy about. But once I got put on estrogen pills and the patch for the frozen embryo transfer, is pretty much like my body started like getting estrogen. So I had to get used to that, which was hard. I'm sure my husband thinks I'm crazy because like I was just like up and down and like trying to freeze him, trying to burn him, not physically burn him, like temperature wise. I'm not crazy, y'all. And we live in military housing, so there is no, because we live in military housing and we're in Maine, I guess they felt like AC wasn't like a necessity. Even though it's like only really warm for like a few months out of the year. It's not that bad. So we have like AC units and window units, of course. So I mean, like I had those, but like there were times where I'm like, babe, is the AC on? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, like turn it up. So like I would be freezing him and like I'm like laying in the bed, like no blanket, like just like trying to gain my life. So that was really, really hard for me because it was just like I gave my body the estrogen back, and then once I stopped taking the medicine, I had to basically get used to not having that hormone to kind of stabilize everything. So that was definitely really hard because the hot flashes were so much worse. Like they were so bad that, like, for example, like we were in Staples and I literally almost passed out, and that's how bad they were. And that happened honestly, that happened quite a few times. Just because I just got so hot and the hot flashes were so intense. So I'm so thankful I'm past that. Because it was very uncomfortable and it was scary because like no matter what I drank, no matter what I had on, no matter where I was, like I was just hot. And Yeah, it was pretty bad. So that was definitely one of the symptoms that I had within week 13 and 14, overcoming kind of my body coming down off of that medicine. Another thing, I got sick. I never get sick. When I say never, I honestly cannot remember the last time that I've even caught a cold, besides when I was sick, week 13 of the pregnancy. It was really crazy. Like, I was fine on like Friday night, and then Saturday I woke up and I felt like I had little animals like crawling out my throat. It was, yeah, I sounded like Adam because my throat was hurting so bad. Like, my voice was so deep and I was so congested. And because I'm pregnant, it's not a lot of stuff that I can take. My doctor's office gave us a USB drive when we first, like, our initial appointment, letting us know like what medicine we can take, what medicine we can't take. And let me tell you, there's not a lot. Like, I can take Zicam, so I got that, but you have to take it every 3 hours, and it's nasty as all get out, and it didn't work. So I stopped taking it after like the second day because I didn't want to keep taking it and it wasn't doing anything. So I really just wrote it out. So it kind of hung out for week 13 and 14 of my pregnancy, and it was like my throat hurt. My nose was congested. Like, I honestly was like laying on the bed, and I had the like the Vicks Vapor Rub container. I had it like sitting on my chest, and my husband was like, yeah, you look crazy, but that's what I needed to do because I could not breathe. I was so snotty, and yeah, it was pretty rough. Like, I didn't like it. I hate being sick. Like, usually in my house when everyone else gets sick, I'm never sick, like, and I'm the one taking care of everyone else. But yeah, I was sick, and that was definitely something that's new for me, because it's not something that, yeah, like, I usually don't get sick, but I got sick. So that was another symptom that I got. And my belly. So my belly, my belly really started, so my belly is one of the most exciting things that happened in week 13 and 14, because I did start showing really early. However, I just looked like I was fat and confused, and yeah, anybody that didn't know me before would have thought like, yeah, your girl needs to do some sit-ups. But yeah, like, my belly really started coming out. Like, it was so weird because my stomach, when I woke up, it'd be like, it was just like normal, like that I would just be like pudgy. And then by probably, I would say 2 o'clock, my stomach, like, it was a belly, and I was so excited, and my husband loved rubbing on my belly, and I would just, he would just like have me walk around I would walk around my stomach out, and then when I covered it, it was like my shirt would like just start rolling up above my belly. It was so cute, and it was just like, you know, it was a belly. So I got a belly in the afternoon, and then I would say probably towards like, no, I would say it was pretty consistent. So for week 13, and 13 is when it really started like showing in the afternoon. So it was like, I would have a belly by like a big belly, like a visible, oh my gosh, she's pregnant belly by the afternoon. And in the morning, it was there, and you knew that, like, for example, like my work clothes, they would be like tight. Like, by the time I came back from lunch, it was like, oh my gosh, like, she's pregnant. When did that happen? So that was really exciting, because it's a belly. I got a belly. So that was a lot of fun. Like, I am always rubbing on my belly, and I love it. I love my belly. So I got belly week 13 and 14 of my pregnancy, and it makes me super excited. I was honestly worried though. At my visit with my doctor, I asked her like, yeah, hey, like, my belly disappears when I wake up, and she's like, no, it's normal. And it's, I don't sleep on my stomach, I sleep on my side, so I wasn't worried about that part. But another thing that I did realize within me taking like my progression pictures, I went this way. So like, I had a little waist and I have big hips, but like, I got like these little, you know, I have muffin tops now. So it's like the babies went this way, and then I went this way. it sounds weird, but like in my pictures, like you can see like my waist pretty much kind of went out, and I got these little humps. So I got baby humps, and then it's like my stomach went this way. I mean, I'm not really worried about it because they're babies and who cares. But yeah, I got these and they got bigger, and so I got these little lumps. I got baby lumps, and that was definitely something that was weird because like when I would wear regular clothes, yeah, no, I can't wear regular clothes because, I mean, I do, but yeah, no, I don't wear low-rise jeans. I wear like regular people waisted jeans, like just, you know, regular jeans. So like, because my belly's already there, like my jeans haven't closed in like weeks. So the most exciting thing that occurred within week 13 and 14 was the Panorama test. So that's genetic testing. We went to see the genetic doctor at week 11, and then like about week 11 or 12, we went and seen the genetic tests. We went to get the genetic testing done, and then we didn't get the results back until week 13 because of the holidays. Well, we went on on a Friday, so it was like the end of the week, and then there was a holiday. So we got the results back, and so the Panera I'm hungry. The Panorama testing is a genetic testing. It's non-invasive, and pretty much I went in and they took my blood, and what they did was they separated my blood from the baby's blood. And because the babies aren't identical, they were able to separate. Basically, they got all three samples from my blood. So they got my blood and they got baby's blood. So they got both of the baby's blood and my blood. From my one blood sample. And then from there, they take it and they further break it down into, you know, like just doing all the scientific stuff behind, like making sure they're genetically normal and okay. And we got the results back, and it also tells you the sex of each baby. So that was something that was a little confusing, to be 100% honest, because both my OB and the genetic doctor said that they wouldn't be able to tell us the sex of both babies. They would pretty much only be able to tell us if there was a boy in the mix, but it wouldn't be able to tell us if we had one boy or two boy, just because of the Y chromosome would be present. So that was something that we were unsure of, because we went to their website and it said that they can tell us the sex of both babies. So we were really on pins and needles because we weren't really sure how that was going to work out, because we had both our OB and the genetic doctor telling us the same thing, but then the website for the company that actually does the testing said something completely different. So we really, quite honestly, didn't know what we were going to get or how much information we were going to get. So that was honestly frustrating. No, it wasn't frustrating, but it was like just something else that was like on top of everything else. So that was something that we didn't know what we were gonna get. However, the test came back and both babies are healthy, and they had a very low chance at everything that the test checks for, which is a blessing. And that was like honestly the biggest thing that we were concerned about. Of course, we wanted to know the gender, but knowing that they were healthy was definitely a plus as well. That was like honestly my main concern, that they were healthy. And we also found out the genders of the babies. We are going to be having one boy and one girl, which is super duper duper exciting, because we already have a boy and a girl, and now we'll have 2 and 2. So that is very exciting, and I honestly just cannot tell you how happy that makes me, because knowing this is my last pregnancy, I really have everything. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. But I I really do have everything that I have spent so many days praying for. And yeah, so I'm very, very, very excited. Just to really put it into words is really hard, to get a good understanding of emotionally how hard it's been, or emotionally how much I've went through to get to this point. It's really a blessing, and it really puts so much stuff into perspective. But I'm so happy, and I honestly didn't think I was gonna cry. Yeah, honestly didn't think I was gonna cry, and I'm so sorry. But like, just thinking about, yeah, I'm so happy. And I try not to, like, not necessarily try to keep it to myself, but I talk to myself a lot now, because it's like, I'm just so overjoyed. Like, it's so much that I've been holding in, and it's so much that has been put into perspective. There's so much that I have to be thankful for, because there was many times where I didn't think we were ever gonna get here, and I'm forever grateful. I'm so honest. I can't even really put that into words, but just understand that we are very, my husband and I, like, we are so happy, and we are so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, so I would say that is it for this video. I'm so sorry for getting emotional. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. See you next time. Bye.